president's wife starts a campaign to get people to eat better, to get in better shape, and many people, members of your party, including Sensenbrenner, Congressman Sensenbrenner, mock her for this and say we should go on eating. If we want to eat French fries, we want to eat fattening foods. It doesn't make any difference. Don't tell us what to do.
I don't mock her for it at all. I applaud her. Anybody that's trying to encourage people to live a better lifestyle and eat healthier, I applaud. That partisan games is so silly. I mean, I have to tell you, gentlemen, and lady, I'm sorry. And I know you're going to laugh at this, but I knew it was bad. But the level of immaturity and pettiness and stupidity in the world of politics is stunning to me. In my world of business, if people behaved even close to what they behave like in politics, you would be shunned. Nobody would do business with you. I mean, I'm constantly amazed. And yeah, I take issue with a whole host of different things my party sometimes says. Saying ketchup is a vegetable. I mean, come on.
Can you name a couple others that you'd add to that list?
Well, I think you already addressed one of them. There are fractions of the Republican Party that are every bit much tied to cronyism and Wall Street reform. It's not just the Democrats, it's both sides of the aisle. In fact, I talk about cronyism. It's my 8th point on my economic recovery plan. It is distorting our free market system and democracy itself. And you can go through example after example. I use the examples of Obamacare, how Nancy Pelosi's corporate givers are getting waivers from this. I use the example of Solyndra, how George Kaiser, who was one of President Obama's major campaign contributors, got a $500 million loan guarantee after he got elected. I use examples of like the Boeing tanker deal where a cost-plus contract just goes on and on and on and on. In the world of real estate, a cost-plus contract works rather well. Why? Because if you don't deliver the building on time, on budget, guess what? You're getting fired. In the defense contracting world, guess what happens? These contracts go on and on and on and on and on and never seem to end, and the cost goes through the roof, and they just keep going on and on. Wall Street was a prime example of cronyism. A prime example of cronyism. So, it's littered all over the place. Now, fortunately, I think we are getting, on the Republican side, a big brush and starting to sweep out some of those career politicians who have been very embedded in cronyism. And I know, without question, if I end up getting elected, that I will be in battles with people on the Republican side, without question.
How effective do you think you could be? I mean, if you're fighting everybody, how do you get anything done?
Look, I'm never going to take the approach, let's get in a fight. My first approach is, let me give you a hand and shake your hand, and let's talk about the real issues, and let me try to explain how serious this crisis is. Because guess what? What most career politicians don't understand, as this economy continues to weaken, that brush is just going to keep sweeping them out. Go back to Japan. Look at Japan over the last 22 years. They haven't even been able to keep a stable government at all during that 22 years. Why? People are frustrated, and they're going to continue to remain exceptionally frustrated and sweep politicians out until things get corrected. That's what's happened in Greece. How many governments have they toppled? They had to have, after having an election, they had to redo another election. And so they're already feeling the effects of it, and they're going to start feeling the effects of it much more. So my point to them is, if you really want to continue your political career, you better start taking serious reforming the system and getting our economy stabilized, because guess what? When your next election's up, you'll probably be swept out as well.